It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Saints and the Bulldogs, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the London Bulldogs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Then a glance at the man under center at 6'5". He always demands attention.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. Well north of 100 yards receiving. He was hard to stop. The only thing they did well defensively, they didn't allow him to get in the end zone.
And that's small comfort for them because he actually carved them up. I love his versatility. I love his route running. Ran entire route tree. They hit him on deep shots, quick hitters, balls over the middle, balls to the sideline. He was everywhere.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. This is Wilder. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And break, the tight end's got it. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bulldogs are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. In a word, I would say productive. Finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now Wilder. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And they'll try and pick it up with Allstott, the fullback. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. And this one too low. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. It's now 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They run. It's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time, a 9-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
What a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They begin on the ground with Kamara.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and 2nd down.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. He finds his man complete. It's Owens. And he'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Breeze. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Try to pound it in, Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Shaquille Barrett, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
London about set to take over on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And the ball is knocked out. It's going the other way. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin with the black and blue matchup. Bring your lunch pail for this one. Pittsburgh playing host to Baltimore, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here are the Saints to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. From the 36, Breeze, and Thomas has it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down, Saints.
Kamara up the middle.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Owens.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Kamara try the right side.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Breeze going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Coming left is Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Bush. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Right back to Chris Godwin.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second and 5. And the catch made by Johnson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll look to throw. That's complete. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal from the gun. It's a run for Kamara.
77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Kamara trying again, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
He's got room past the 30.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Open man has got one. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Back to throw again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 17-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Wilder. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Another carry here for the fullback, Allstott.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Bulldogs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Breeze. His throw incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
On the draw, this is Allstott.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Now Breeze.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
86 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game. And there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it. And no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended him. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. Back to throw. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bulldogs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give. This is Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
5 yards remain on second down.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 10.
Well, this one, Parker, was fun down at the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won. And fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Saints, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for London, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.